Well, your girl's home. I I didn't tell you I was going to a protest because I didn't know until Richard called. He organizes the visibility brigade, the visibility bridge stuff. Um, the overpasses, the pedestrian overpasses. You see them, they strap up the letters to spell stuff, and flags and Ukrainian flags, but he got me. I've been saying, get me there. You want people with signs? You want people present? He called me today. It started at 4:30. He called me. It was 3 or something. They missed me. It was only an hour and a half. Well, she picked me up at 4:10, and I think it was. I don't even know what time it is. Okay, so it's 8:45. I have to make some food. It was last minute. This is what I wore and my black shorts. I didn't even have time to change. I was in the middle of something. It was almost 3, and it's supposed to be for like 4:30 to 6 during rush hour. And he's like, I got your ride. I'm working on getting you home, but I do have a ride to get you. And I'm like, for a minute, I'm thinking it's tomorrow. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's today. Yeah, she'll be there. Erin will come get you. And I didn't even see. I was so busy trying to finish what I was doing that he had Facebook messaged me, and he'd also texted. And I didn't even hear it because I was so busy trying to finish what I was doing. And I had given him my phone number. And so, yeah, I did answer it. I was like, what? Oh, gosh. And that's when he called me. And I was like, yeah. He says, I said, yeah, I haven't been on. I'm in the middle of doing something. He goes, I got your ride there, and I'm working on, we'll get you back. So, still want it? I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, I had to finish what I was doing. And like I said, I just took off my slipper shoes, my little ballet things that I wear. And as like slippers or, And really, I grabbed my sign bags, put some water bottle. I was like, she's already calling. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting finished here. I'm just in the middle of something. I had it. No, you're fine. You're fine. Because it was last minute. So I was like, arr? And I didn't bring my walker. And I know it's on like a sidewalk area. So I knew there'd be standing. So most of it, I put the bag that I had my signs in, took the signs out, leaned them against the walkway, because you've just got the sidewalk and the road. I mean, you don't have, and the overpass is right, yeah, the screen is right there. So I didn't know if I'd have room for the walker or anything, so I didn't bring it. And my foot was hurting because I was in the middle of doing something earlier because I didn't think I had anything to do today. At the farmer's market tomorrow morning, but yeah, so it's not like I was, when you have chronic pain or any kind of like persistent kind of thing that affects, you never know how it's going to be that day until that day dawns type of deal. You know what it's like just to get a last minute, it's just an hour and a half, but if your foot or something like that, it hurt, it's a bad, you have to think of stupid shit like that. It's like, I could have done an hour and a half standing in my head, but not anymore. Not with the foot. So I just use it's just a regular, bag for groceries type of thing. Reusable. Just took my signs out and sat my butt down on that. It was hard to get up and not be indecent about it, but afterwards. But I just stayed down. I didn't get up and down like I normally do with the walker because it was just so inconvenient because there was nothing to hold on to. I actually had to turn and pull myself up on the grating because I didn't have any weight to get up what I normally do, and my leg, the entire leg was cramping, which makes it even harder. So it was like cramping while I'm trying to maneuver. You know how much that hurts. Those cramps where it's just got your whole foot all tweaked and you can't immediately get up to. I tried, and it's cramping, and every time you move it gets worse. And you just have to like block it out and pretend it's not there and just try to pull yourself up with just one leg. I'm just letting you know, because I don't normally tell you how much it is for me even just to go to a regular protest. And I went to that one Saturday, and it wasn't until Tuesday or yesterday that I was starting to feel like, oh, okay, I'm 62. It's not like I'm the oldest thing on earth, but when you're 62, you had a couple decades ago a very serious accident that effed up your foot, and in that time caused you to have 2 hip replacements in that time period, 2 separate one on either side. You start realizing how much doing anything costs, and you have to weigh, is it worth going to wherever it is, or is it not worth all the pain? And something like family, that's getting married, niece or nephews or something like that, it's worth a week of pain, of added pain. Just so you know where I'm coming from. So when I say I went to a protest, or I did something for a few hours, it's not as easy as maybe perhaps some of you might find doing the same thing. Perhaps even some that are older than me, but you haven't had any like serious injuries that affected long term. Lucky for you. There was a time up until my 40s that I would say the same thing. I've been in some accidents, but nothing that's really permanently affected noticeably my life. And I can't say that anymore. And some of you will be in the same position eventually one day. And I'm not telling you all this to give, to be like, oh, I'm so wonderful, pat myself on the back. I'm telling you this because I'm telling you, I do sacrifice to do these things. Yes, I do graphics, I do videos. You don't have to. You don't have to. Let the people that are able to handle the protesting now do it. You're doing your part in the other ways. But I don't have little kids. I don't have a partner. And where that's considered a negative for some gals, it's kind of a positive in some ways, because I wouldn't have been able to do that impromptu thing, and there's getting more and more people going. It's like a mini protest. He said there was one time that there was like 20 on either side. It was like, oh snap, yeah. At either bridge, I was like, dang. I'm telling you all of this because if somebody like me who doesn't have very little kids, and I don't have the probability of grandkids, why the fuck should I care? What kind of, once I'm gone, why the fuck should I care? Well, I have less reason to care and be concerned what's left when I am not around anymore. I have less reason than a lot of people out there that are not doing anything, really, to denounce. Just saying this is wrong isn't really speaking up. That's like a training wheels speaking up. You get to do that for 1 week. After that, you need to really fucking speak up. Not, things are not good, say, the Republicans are ruining this country. That's speaking up. Saying things look like they're just getting worse, man, is not speaking up. That's just stating an observation. There's a difference between telling us what's happening and telling us how you really feel about why it's happening. And you people, and some of you guys, I love very much. But you need to do better. You need to do more. And you need to do it consistently. And you need to actually say, you guys are fucking destroying America. Well, you don't have to say fucking. You guys are destroying America, and this is not American, and you know it. You have to stop. Do you make your calls at least a few times a week? Because on your days off, even if it's a weekend, you can still leave a voice message. Do any of you do that? But yet I'm willing to sit on a sidewalk at 62 years old, a sidewalk at a traffic light, to be able to hold a sign up and inform the others and speak up for me, and apparently for a lot of you as well. But you know what we'd really like? You know what would be really cool? If you spoke up yourself and didn't have the rest of us do it for you. Because you know what? My voice is speaking up for me. How about you speak up for yourself and stop leaving it for those of us? Because there's a lot of us out protesting that probably would do better physically, health-wise, if we didn't do that to our bodies. And we're doing it because there aren't enough people out there. Because you able-bodied people are just mildly observing that America is really crappy right now. Do you want to wait until they actually change the Constitution, or just throw it away before you do anything? Because once that happens, the fixing is going to be 4 times harder. So if you consider yourself intelligent, maybe you better start opening your mouth in public regularly and actually resisting. Because that would be the intelligent thing to do. It's a lot easier to stop something or prevent something from happening than it is to fix it once you let it get fucked up. And if you had any intelligence, you would know that. So, why weren't you at anything this week? You work? Okay. Did you have any bathroom breaks? Because you can make a phone call in the bathroom. You know that. If your time is just so incredibly pressed that you can't spend 10 minutes making 3 calls, then or 15 minutes doing 5 calls. If you're that time pressed, then maybe not go to dinner with your friends one night. Go next week and not this week as well. You meet up with them every time. Why don't you do something together as friends? That's protesting. What about that? Because just saying, man, this is getting scary, guys, isn't resisting. And all of the people still rooting for the Trump administration, they see you not resisting. They see you pretending to speak up, but not really making it. It's just for show. And a lot of those people have children that have just gotten married recently or getting married, thinking about families. Is that what you want for your grandchildren? Then maybe you better start speaking up. And I mean, really speaking up. Not that I can show somebody, you look, see, I said something, kind of speaking up. Oh, it's too negative. Politics and the whole topic it's too negative? Is it more negative than having your daughter and your granddaughters live like the Handmaid's Tale? Is it more than that? Because you should probably think about how uncomfortable your freedom's being taken from you as a woman or a person of color. That'd be pretty uncomfortable. More uncomfortable than speaking out and maybe having friends disown you because they like being racist and bigoted and misogynistic. So why are you still friends with them? They're very good people. Do good people support a genocidal dictator? Do they? Because if you think the person that you say is good people, but they're still diehard Republican right now, diehard MAGA, can somebody who rabidly supports this sincerely be a good person at heart? Would have compassion. A good person at heart is the same way in person as they are in public. And who you thought you knew, they're probably not the person you thought you knew, regardless how much and how long you think how long you've known them and how much you think you know them. Because if you're that devoted to the MAGA method, all these 10 years later, you're either a racist and a bigot and a misogynist, or you just straight out don't fucking care about anybody but yourself. Which means you're probably straight, white, and more often than not male. And if you're female, you're with a male who is definitely MAGA. Tell me I'm wrong. Because I'm not. So I'm not going to yell. I'm tired. I'm not going to yell about you need to get your fucking ass up and do something. You work for a lot. You work time and a half. Okay. You do have a bathroom. And you do pee. Ladies, you're just sitting there. After you pee, make a quick video while you drip dry. Yeah, I said it. Because I have to get specific, apparently, because I am just, too many people are like, well, there's just so much to fit in a day. Got it. And I'm trying to think of what could be more comfortable under Donald Trump's desires. I guess having a politician in your gynecology exam or at the birth to make sure they didn't do anything wrong according to their Bible. I mean, their Constitution. No, that was not a slip. It was intentional. If that's what you want, keep making that excuse and giving a wishy-washy, this is so wrong, people. Yes, it is so wrong. But you didn't show me that you're doing anything to either stop it or wake people up. Oh, you don't want to do anything. You just look away because you don't want the heat on you. The Frank family Anne's family had family friends that eventually snitched on them. If they had social media then, he probably would have been one of those guys. This is just so wrong. Did you say we were wrong? No. No. As they're routing around right by the area that the annex could be revealed, and you're just like, and instead of distracting them, you don't want the heat on you, so you just zip it and duck the head. We see you. And guess what? The universe sees you. All the souls that have been run ahead, they all see that. They see it. And a lot of us, we see it too. Now you really need to start getting some passion. Because it's insignificant what you think you're accomplishing. You're not. You're not accomplishing it. It's just proving to MAGA, every time somebody does something like that half-assed, it's just proving to MAGA that, oh, the Democrats are all faltering because they're being run over. You're just giving them more ammunition to be obnoxious assholes, because it looks like if you're not resisting, silence is complicit. It's complicity if you don't object when you see other people being injured by a dictator and his laws, his rules, whatever. There's only one way to deal with those people, and it's not a once a month, twice a month, gently worded surprise and dismay, when you should be showing fierce, pissed off, and incredibly angry. I mean, really, read the room, guys. This is time for urgent action, not pissy ass observations. We all know it's fucking bad. Is that all you gotta say? That's it? Is that what you're gonna tell your daughter when she tells you you're pregnant? She's pregnant, but she has something wrong and it could kill her, but they won't let her get an abortion? Hope you're happy with all those weeks and months of panic, not knowing what, if anything, is going to happen, and you could lose your daughter as well because they waited too long. So there's that. I know I won't have to deal with that personally. So, yeah. Why am I more passionate about this cause than y'all who actually have children that are married or going to be married and have kids? See, because I don't have that. So explain to me why I give more of a fuck about the future generations than apparently you do. Because y'all do need to put your money where your mouth is. You know that, right?